What's going on, everyone? I hope you're very well. Sorry I haven't uploaded videos in a while, but I decided to take a break since there were not a lot of things to do. And yeah, now that spring is here, all of the work is piling up. So I decided to upload a couple of videos. First of which is going to be this update slash air layer of this cherry blossom bonsai from scratch, from seed actually. If you see these two junipers that I have here, these are also going to be air layered, and that's why they're here. But these are going to be worked on a separate video. Yeah. So this little guy right here, maybe you recognize this little guy, but I didn't do much to it this season, and I just decided to let it grow. And you can see that the structure has suffered because of it. I neglected it a little bit. I didn't prune at all, and you can see that it's wiry, that it's all over the place. In fact, there are some places that you can see that they're so ugly that are actually impressive. You can't get mad. Look at this. Straight, 90-degree angles, and then another almost 90-degree angles. And as you can see, if you it's huge. Yeah. So the first thing that we're gonna do is get rid of all the branches or little branches that we're not gonna use anymore. We'll just see what we can work with. My plan for this little guy is air layer this part, of course this part right here, and this part. And now I'm gonna leave the main trunk to be this little guy over here. Yeah. So that's basically the order of business for this little guy. I've got my moss here, and yeah, we'll just place the camera down and then we can start working in this little cherry blossom. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so here we go. These two are going to be the first ones. Like I said, we're just going to clear the area. This little branch, look at this. This is like super weird. This is growing completely downside. It's growing completely to the soil. So remove that. And so, if you've seen videos or watch tutorials on how to perform an air layer, they're very, very simple. But not a lot of people do them for some reason. Maybe they think they're very difficult to do, or they think they're gonna damage the tree or even kill the tree. And well, you could definitely hurt your tree if you don't perform it well. If you do it when it's growing, when it's about to start growing, I don't think you're gonna do anything to the tree, because you're not disturbing the roots. You're not doing anything to compromise the health of the tree. We just clear out a ring of bark. We remove the cambium, which is the green layer. Pretty standard procedure. Yeah. And in about 3-4, you want to be sure, maybe 5 months, you literally get another tree. The good thing about this is that if you like a certain feature of the mother or father tree, you keep that same feature with the new tree or the new plant, because it's literally an identical clone of the other plant. So in this case, I don't have a particular preference for this specimen in particular, because I haven't seen it bloom or anything, but it's just a structural air air layering that I'm doing. And so it's really important to remove all of the bark, all of the cambium. Otherwise, the tree will start to try and heal that little bit that you didn't remove. Sorry if you're hearing the branches hitting the camera or the microphone. But yeah, I'm just rotating it. Anyway, so we do that. Let's see. I think we're pretty much done with that one. And the next step will be to apply rooting hormones. Got my top here. This is like a cylinder, can, whatever. It reminds me of those Pillsbury dough pie crust containers. Just come in and apply it to the area. You don't want to apply an excess of rooting hormone. We're just trying to encourage the tree to produce roots from that area. The next step, we just grab a handful of moss. I previously rinsed this one in particular. You can see that it's not the best quality. You have a lot of impurities and whatnot, but it will do the job. So we just squeeze the excess water. And now we come around, we do sort of like a little ball. We just firmly pack it with our hand. Yeah. So what a lot of people do is put this in a separate maybe pot, a little pot, one of those plastic cheap pots that you can get anywhere. And yeah, you could do that. In fact, I think it's even better because some roots are very shy when it comes to light. You know, they don't want to be disturbed by sunlight or anything. But you can do whatever you want. You know, I'm just using cling film right now. And this doesn't have to be airtight or watertight. But you do want the moss to be firmly pressing against that ring that we left without bark. Yeah. So we try and do that. I'm using cling film like I mentioned maybe. I don't remember if I mentioned it. My short-term memory is not the best. So we continue doing that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I was mentioning that it's okay if you don't leave it like airtight or watertight, because you want to be watering this constantly. Maybe not every day, but you definitely want water. You want to water this. Now I'm using tape. Maybe I think I'm going to use a little bit more cling film. Just because it's a bit more malleable. But the problem with it is that it's once you start working with it and you fold it, it's impossible to return it back to its shape. Okay, we're getting there. Let's see, 9 minutes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this one, pause the video, and I'm gonna show you what the other ones look once I perform them, okay? Just so it's not a super long video. And another thing that I want to do with this little guy is that I want to slip transplant it, because I want this year to be a year of recovery. This little cherry blossom trees from seed are almost 3 years old now. Wait, 3 or 4? I don't remember exactly, but I think they're getting close to the age where we can expect the first bloom, you know? And so what I intend to do is plant them in a big container, in a big pot, and see if we can see a blossom this year. Yeah. So we close the one at the top, so we don't get an excessive amount of water. But the one at the bottom, we leave open, so that excess water can come out. Yeah. Okay. I think that's okay. Oops. I just press it like that. No. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm going to pause the video now and I'm going to show you the others. Okay? Okay, I think we're there. You can see that it's not the prettiest sight, but it gets the job done. We got 3, and as you can see, I went a little bit further into that same idea as with this one, leaving the upper part a bit more open with this one and this one, because we can actually see that we will be able to water through this opening and this opening right there. Yeah, so we got those ready. Now the main in the future, I think I'm gonna have this as the main bonsai part of the tree. Yeah, and if we get another one here, well, that'd be great. And this one that are huge right now, you can see, I'm just gonna leave them as specimen trees for my house. I've got a peach tree actually that I just planted in one of those vegetable containers, plastic vegetable containers. I think you've seen other trees that I planted like that, and it's already flowering. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, and then we're gonna transplant this into a larger container, and we'll call it a day. Okay, here it is, flowering away. There's another one over here. There are little insects flying around. Oh, so plastic top, bunch of mulch there, and yeah, beautiful flowers. There. All right, so this the transplant. Nice bonsai soil here. Our little guy. Yeah, let's just put that in here. Okay, let's take a look. Sorry if I didn't show you the whole thing, but as you can see, it came out in just one pull. No problem at all. So I'm really happy with that. I guess we got another colander for another plant. Now it's just a matter of filling the edges, and we'll call it a day. Okay, so we're done, finished. We just filled the little edges, the little gaps that we had there. They were very small, but we just filled them with new soil, and in a couple of months, like I mentioned in the video, this will produce 3 different plants. right? And we'll have 4 now. So I love this technique. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, questions, thoughts, anything, drop them down below. I'll keep you posted on this little guy, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.